there, and welcome to Wandering Works for Us. We're Shelley and Beth, a married couple living in Portugal and exploring the world one story at a time. Come wander with us as we laugh through language fails, cultural surprises, and GPS disasters, and discover just how amazing this world can be.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Wandering Works for Us. I'm Shelley.
And I'm Beth.
And we're doing this for the third time today.
She's laughing because this is the third time we've launched into this podcast. What happened the first time?
Audio-visual issues are real, y'all.
Yeah, they are, man. So the second time, my echo was turned all the way up by accident on my microphone.
And luckily, we got stopped in the middle of it, and I went back and listened and went, we can't use
Oh,
this.
yeah. Thank goodness we did, because you would have heard, hello, 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 hello. Anyway, we're doing a podcast on Glasgow today, where we have been before, and you can listen to last year, our UK Part 2 episode.
Yes.
We included Glasgow, but we did things we hadn't done this time. We redid some things. We were with different people. So we thought Glasgow is like one of our favorites, and we decided we should give it its due and do another podcast.
Yeah. Plus, the other podcast, it was more like we took day trips because we were staying in Strathaven.
That's right.
With our friend Margaret.
Hi, Margaret.
And Meg. Hi, Meg.
And Liz. Hi, Liz.
And so, those were just day trips. We just went in for the day and went to the Kelvin Grove and did a tasting at the Pot Still. And
we took the bus.
We took the bus in and out. And so we were
the red bus around town.
Oh, the hop on, hop off. Yeah.
Thank you.
We did that. But we also took the bus into town. So we were on a time limit every single time.
That's right.
Because that bus only runs so far into it goes into Strathaven, but it stops at like 8 o'clock at night. So it's not like we could stay out at a cool bar or anything like we did this time.
That's correct.
So this time we stayed in Glasgow and we were there for 5 days.
5 days. And we stayed at the Premier Inn, which we love.
Yes.
Always dependable. We stay in all over the UK. We wish they would come over to Portugal and Spain and other places.
I think they're in Germany now.
Oh, are they? Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll look for them when we go. But Glasgow is really walkable. It's not going to kill you like Lisboa.
No.
Not that we think you shouldn't come. We just think you have to be prepared for the hills.
For the hiking.
And the cobblestones, and to come knowing that it's okay if you take an Uber, if you want to.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Glasgow is really walkable, and it is really our favorite.
In Scotland.
Yeah, in Scotland. Now, Strathaven is really our favorite.
Technically is our favorite, but that's a small village, and we just enjoy being there.
Between Edinburgh and Glasgow is our favorite, but you have a great description for that, Shelley.
Okay, so Edinburgh is more like the Disneyland of Scotland because you go to see the pretty castle and the nice Royal Mile and all the shops, and people are standing out on the side in their kilts and their uniforms playing bagpipes, and it's like the quintessential Scotland that everybody goes to see.
And lots of places to buy souvenirs.
Great pubs. And I mean, it's a beautiful city.
We love Edinburgh.
Love it every single time we go.
Yes.
Great restaurants.
Yes. Great Premier Inn.
It's a little harder to walk because there are some stairs and there are some hills, but it's not really that horrible.
And we went to the Tattoo last year, and it was incredible.
Tattoo was amazing.
Again,
and we
UK
have a whole
Part 2.
podcast on Edinburgh plus UK. Yeah, Part 2 will probably tell you all about the Tattoo in Edinburgh also.
So but Glasgow.
But Glasgow is different.
It is a real
night and day
town.
Yes.
You feel like most of the people you run into, unless you're on the hop-on, hop-off bus, are actually Glaswegians, which is what you call someone who lives in Glasgow. So it's just, we use the terms like it's a little grittier, it's a little more down to earth. We don't mean that it's grimy.
No.
It's just that it's more real. And there's something about the vibe of it.
There were no bagpipes the entire time we were there.
No, there were not.
Now, somebody was blasting bagpipe music out of a tourist shop on the main drag.
True.
But, you're not going to see a marching band unless there's something special going on.
Yeah.
In Glasgow.
And so we really like Glasgow. It's just really comfortable, at least for us, to be there. And there's so much to see and do, and restaurants to eat in, and bars, pubs to experience, and whiskey to taste, and all those things. Speaking of drinking,
yes.
What are we drinking today, Shelley?
Well, today we are drinking, of course, our gin and tonic. But
as
our
usual.
Special gin and tonic from a special gin
brought to us by our friend Jeff.
Jeff brought back from Glasgow. As you can see, we've been drinking it.
Yeah, we've been working on it.
Okay, because, we started this yesterday.
Yeah.
I know it seems like a lot because we like to drink a gin and tonic when we do our podcast.
Yeah.
And yesterday we got our everything together and got the equipment up, and the internet decided it did not want to work. So we drank our gin and tonics anyway.
Yeah,
but this one is special.
It is. So look, it's called Glasgow Gin. It's very clever. And that one is a special edition. It was finished in casks, tequila casks. That's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn it one more time so they can see the art. That art is by Conzo, spelled Conzo, Throb. He is a well-known street artist in Glasgow and outside of Glasgow. But he's a Glaswegian. Yes, indeed. Especially all you Americans after the World Cup. So we really like this gin. It's really good. Unfortunately, so far, the only retail places I have found are in Scotland. So we'll be going back to buy several bottles of gin, I guess. But at any rate.
Did you read the side of this?
No.
It says, Glasgow is a fascinating city with a world-renowned history of invention and innovation. In the spirit of this, excuse the pun, we have embarked on our own journey into our own invention, the Glaswegian.
They also do a vodka.
Vodka.
And I think they do something else, something dark. I can't remember. But anyway, they are worth checking out. And, you might be able to find them at an importer in the U.S. or something. But if you can, get it. It's great. And
especially maybe in Boston now that they're like sister cities or something.
Yeah,
so
maybe you can. So thank you, Jeff. Anyway, some of the things that we went back to with Sheila and Chris, that's who we were with. Hi, Sheila and Chris. We went back to the Willow Tea Room.
We did.
Which we had been to because when we went on the day trip, my objective was to see some of the Mackintosh stuff. So we went to one of the museums and we went to the Willow Tea Room, which was done by him, and did some, whiskey tasting and other things. So anyway, we went back to the Willow Tea Room because I'm always up for Mackintosh. They have an excellent tea, and they also have a Scottish traditional breakfast, which Chris wanted to try. So we went back. It was a great experience as always. I had the tea. What did you have? You didn't have the tea.
I want to say we split a tea.
Did we split a tea? Maybe we did.
Because I had some little sandwiches and
spoons. Okay, so maybe we split it.
We may have split
and
it.
Then, I don't remember what Sheila had. But Chris had the full Scottish breakfast, and he said it was good, but it wasn't over the top great. So this
might have been the first time he'd had blood pudding and stuff.
Well, that's
too.
true.
Yeah.
So there's
bit of
that.
Haggis, a little blood pudding.
So there's that. But also it tells me that if you're an American and you're going there, even if it's for breakfast, the tea is really good.
Yeah.
The scones. Ooh. Yum.
They have great food, but I think the main reason we went the first time is because you were such a Mackintosh fan.
Yes.
And so we were there to see all things Mackintosh. And so we started at the Kelvin Grove, which we talk about in that podcast, where you see a small part of the Mackintosh exhibits, along with a lot of other things. The Kelvin Grove was a great museum to go visit.
Yes, and we have got to go back and explore it more next time.
Yeah, because even on this trip of 5 days, we didn't end up going back there.
Right.
We did new things this time around. And then we, of course, did the Willow Tea Room, which is the Mackintosh Tea Room there, right on Buchanan Street. It's in the middle of town. It's easy to find. Make a reservation, though, just in case.
Yes.
Especially busy time of year.
Right.
And then you went to the Hunterian because you were looking for more Mackintosh things.
Yes.
But you found other things also.
I did. Do you want me to go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead and talk about the
Okay,
Hunterian, because that was one of the places that we ended up on. You ended up going
the
to.
Hunterian, if you were to, Google it on Google Maps and look for the Hunterian, it is going to lead you to this incredible old historic building, and it is not where the Mackintosh stuff is. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But in that part, there were really interesting exhibits. It was almost like a science museum, that kind of thing. There was a dinosaur, or at least a very small dinosaur, and all kinds of different things. It was very interesting. And the building itself, if you love architecture, was really worth going in just to see that. But so I get up on the second floor, and finally I'm like, I'm getting close on time here. Where is the Mackintosh stuff? And so I asked someone, they said, that's across the street and up a block at the whatever building.
We might want to put that in the podcast, the whatever building.
We'll do that. We'll do that so that we know. And so we truck over there. And it in itself is a nice little art museum, which I did not see, and we'll see the next time or sometime. And then it has what's referred to as the Mackintosh House. And what that is Charles Rennie Mackintosh and his wife. Their house was some of it was disassembled and brought there to recreate their 3-story house that they lived in. Stuff like the front door is there and things like that. All the furniture. I'm sure the wallpaper, some of it is reproduced because obviously it was, probably old or gone. But it is an almost exact replica of their house. So it was, if you are a Mackintosh fan, it is a must do. It was absolutely wonderful. And you got to see the entrance, the living room, the dining room, go upstairs. You got to see the bedrooms, the dressing room. You got to see where they went into their attic space, which evidently had some sort of studio in it. And you get to see what that looked like because it was reproduced, but then you don't actually go into the attic because there's no next floor in this building. But it's really well done. There are volunteers standing around that will explain it to you and talk to you about it if you don't know a lot about Mackintosh. There is a really good exhibit that I ran through because I was afraid of missing it before they closed. But when I go next time, I will stop and read all the history of Charles Rennie Mackintosh and all the things that first section has before you go into the house. So, as you can tell, highly recommend. Not only that house, but the Hunterian itself is really interesting. It was like a small science museum or something, and it was really interesting.
It had a lot of artifacts from different time periods where you had like little boxes of like Band-Aids or something like,
Yeah, there was a whole sort of medical section.
I didn't go. I was
you just saw pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, but there was a whole section of like medical stuff that was from, back in the day. And Sheila found some sort of brand of Band-Aids that she used to use in Ireland, and she's never found them again. I think it was Band-Aids. And she saw the brand, because it's very old in this display case. So it was very interesting if you like science-y, including animal science-y, kind of stuff. It was very good. Anyway, so Shelley, while I was there, at the Hunterian, you went on the mural walk.
Yes. I decided that I needed some alone time in a big city.
If you knew Shelley, you'd go, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I also didn't want to waste, just a day hanging out in the hotel. I would be bored. So I decided I was going to go check out all the murals. Glasgow is famous for these incredible murals that are all over town. And they're pretty easy to find. There is a map on Google. You just look up murals and it shows you where everything is. And nothing was more than a 20-minute walk from the hotel. So I just kind of mapped it out from the Google map and went and saw as many murals as I could. And I want to say I got to probably 7 or 8 of them that day easily. And they're all different subjects. You've got somebody blowing bubbles. You've got a taxi that's attached to balloons that's taking it up. You've got a very large woman with a giant magnifying glass looking down on you.
I like that one.
Yeah, you've got famous authors and famous comedians.
One of them by the same artist as this gin bottle, Gonzo.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just fun because they're not like, some of them are in large parts of the building where it's the whole side of the building. And then some of them you kind of have to go down an alley or into a tunnel to see. So there were one of portraits of famous people, famous Glaswegians across the tunnel, and it was right next to Central Station. And at first I thought it might be a little seedy for me to be walking through this tunnel by myself. But Glasgow's perfectly safe. So I walked through and took some pictures and just kept going. It was no problem. And it was a neat little outing. It's a great walk, and as you're doing this, you can stop in and have a coffee or stop into a pub and have a beer. And it's great exercise and the artwork is beautiful.
Yeah, I really love the murals in Glasgow and in particular, but also in so many parts of Europe where we've been. I really like the way street artists are often celebrated. So I really like that. So I want to do that next time.
Yeah, I highly recommend. You got a day, a half, maybe in just maybe 2 or 3 hours just to walk around.
Yeah,
and
just do something different.
It won't take you that long to see them all, but at the same time, you want to stop and check out where you're going in town. It's a great way to get to know the city too.
Yeah, it is, because it kind of leads you through most of it. Yeah, we did take the hop-on, hop-off bus again.
Yes.
And when we did it a year ago with Meg, we recommended it.
Yeah.
Right now,
not so
right
much.
now, until further notice, we do not recommend it. It was not nearly as good as last time, and that is partially because they are redoing what part?
St. George's Square, I believe.
St. George's Square. And
or it might just be George's Square, I'm not certain.
And streets all around it. And so there's all of these things where the bus can't get to. And
there was a lot of construction going on.
There was a lot of traffic because they're diverting traffic from those streets they're working on. And it was really not worth it this time.
Yeah, and most episodes, we were able to get to where we needed to go walking much quicker than we would have taken an Uber.
Which is usually not the case.
No. Now, if you're going way over to the Kelvin Grove from where we were or to the Hunterian, you might want to take transportation to get there because I think it's a little bit longer of a walk.
Yeah.
And then, of course, to Pollok Park, which we'll talk about in a minute, you definitely want to take transportation over there.
Yes.
But for the most part, yeah, there was a couple times where I went up a road thinking I was just going to keep on going, and the whole place was blocked up, and I had to backtrack and come back around.
Yeah.
So they're doing a lot of construction in Glasgow right now, especially around St. George's Square, which we peeked in, and it looks like it's going to be beautiful.
Well, it's going to be great. So the history of that square is that it used to be a beautiful green area, green park. And then sometime in
probably the 80s.
70s or 80s, they basically, it was prettier than this, but I have to say they sort of concreted it over.
Mm-hmm.
And, there were fountains and things, but there wasn't much green space. And now they are taking it back to green space, and they're redoing the streets around it to make them more pedestrian friendly and bicycle friendly. And there's no question that Glasgow is growing, and hopefully not too many tourists are going to flood it like Edinburgh. But
Well, after our 50 subscribers listen to this, they're totally going.
It's going to completely change the scape of the city, right? So one of the things that was on our absolutely we will do this no matter what happens list is Pollok Park. We had to do Pollok Park, not because of the art museum, which you would
Which
think,
we should have seen.
but because they had Highland coos. They have coos. They are right. Well, they say they're right in the city, but it's not like
It's not
it's not really
city.
walkable.
It's kind of
You need-
out.
yeah, you need to take a bus or a Uber or
Well,
whatever.
actually, the metro from St. Enoch Square, where we stayed, would take you over. That Circle Metro will take you over and drop you off close to the
Okay,
park.
so that
You
would
still
be
have
a
to
good
walk a
option.
ways in. We took an Uber because it was just going to be easier and our time constraints because we needed to get there before dark.
Yeah, and I think we had dinner reservations or
Yeah, or
something.
something going on. We had to get there at a certain time where they were going to, right before they were going to feed or something like that so we could see them. And then,
Because we had read all the stuff as
Yes.
usual.
but we had found out that they had these the first time when we were on the hop on, hop off bus. They
Right,
gave
and
us that
didn't go.
information and we didn't go. And this time, of course, Sheila was dead set on seeing some Highland coos.
Sheila's entire Scotland trip was to see Highland coos. She loves them. And hey, so do I. I love them.
They're cute
But
cows.
there was no way we were missing the coos in Burrell.
Probably tasty.
I mean, stop that. In Pollok Park. So when we got there, someone, not me, Shelley or Chris, not me, Sheila or Chris, was dying to go to the bathroom. So Shelley sprinted to where the bathrooms were, which was a ways away.
At the
Which
museum.
is the art museum. Sheila sprinted away because as people are walking back down toward the entrance, they're going, the coos are in the field, blah, 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 because that's what everybody's looking for. She sprints away. Chris and I ambled after them.
Because
And-
Chris had a knee injury, so
Yeah,
he couldn't go
Chris
so
had a knee
fast.
injury, so we got there. Sheila had been up close to the coos and had taken some great pictures, and just her cup was filled with Highland coos. And then they were ambling off and they were up the hill when I got there, and we saw a lot of really cute coo butts
Yes.
because they were ambling off. Now, some of them turned and, I got some pictures, but anyway, she got to see the coos.
Yeah.
And then Pollok House, which is supposed to be fantastic to see, besides the separate museum that is the Burrell
The Burrell.
collection, is closed for renovation right now. So when we go back sometime, I want to go back there and see the Burrell collection and go
And
to
the
the
Pollok
Pollok House. Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. Now, it was closed last time we were there a year ago. So can't remember how long. I think it's supposed to be closed until next year. But the Burrell collection is open, and it has a very contemporary building that it's housed in. It looks really cool, and that's also
mean,
where the bathrooms are,
it's a
FYI.
Beautiful park, and the bathrooms are great.
Yeah, so recommend going out there. So we also ate some food. Imagine that.
We ate some amazing food, and we hit the Scotia, which I would love to talk about first.
Go
The
ahead.
food was great,
The Scotia Bar.
but the Scotia Bar, we
Or
wanted to
Would it be
hit
Scotia?
Scotia.
Scotia, I think. 'cause
Maybe,
it's
yeah.
Scotland. Scotia?
Yeah, well, in Portuguese, it's Scotia.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
sorry,
I don't know.
It's probably the Scotia.
Anyway, that one.
But it is apparently the oldest bar, or one of the oldest bars
Yes.
in Glasgow. We find the old ones if we can.
Yeah,
Because
Well, and we've learned that just because they claim to be the oldest, there's
they're
4
not
others. So,
necessarily the
we always
oldest.
say one of the oldest.
But we were
pubs.
there. We were in town the weekend of this really big football match was going on. And
Big.
I wish that I could tell you who was playing at that time, but I think they were both Scotland.
Wasn't it the Catholics and the Protestants?
Gosh,
What
I
are
don't
those
know.
called? Oh dear.
I don't know.
Oh, the Reds and the Blues. No,
I
that
don't
is
know. It was
not
two big football teams. And oh my goodness, there was, I mean, even when the one day we were in Edinburgh, there were people out just celebrating the wins and the losses, so to speak. But we were in town that weekend that the football match was going on. And when we went to the bar, Beth and I went in first, I think. No, actually, you were shopping with Sheila. I was in there with Chris. And these two fellas sit down next to us and start talking. And, Beth comes in, of course, and sits across from me because, we're married and we're together. And Sheila sits with Chris. And these two fellas, I believe, try to pick us up, but I'm not certain.
Oh, yeah.
They were still wasted from the weekend.
That was hilarious. Also, it's the Celtics and the Rangers.
Oh, it was them. That's okay. That's a totally different
Yeah.
deal. That's not Protestants and Catholics.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is. Originally, it was the Protestants and the Catholics. But they're collectively known as the Old Firm.
The Old Firm. Okay.
And the Celtics has their roots.
Are they Celtics or Celtics?
Well, I don't know. They have the Irish Catholic community roots, so I'm not sure. We'd have to ask her.
I don't know. And I couldn't even tell you who won that game.
And then the Rangers had a strong connection to the Protestant community. Both are Glasgow teams. So,
okay.
And what I don't know is we'd have to look up. Somebody's going to be listening to this going, "Ugh, they're killing me."
Sorry,
But
guys.
I don't know if
our football knowledge has grown in the past 3 years, but it's still not very good.
But I'm not sure if these two teams are always the Celtics and the Rangers, or whether these are sort of like national teams, except they're in Glasgow, and they only come together for this game and they really play for other teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But anyway, that game had happened.
I think these were big. Yeah, these were two big teams that were coming together that weren't playing. I don't know. It might have been for a championship of some sort. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
big game.
But it was big. I mean, the stories from the World Cup where Boston got drank out of beer. Well, it about happened in Glasgow also that weekend because we went into a bar to have a couple beers at night and they were like, well, this is the only few things we have left on tap.
Yeah.
Because they drank.
We had the big ball game or the big match.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Because I was like, do you have this? Because it's on your menu. And they're like, let me go check because we
just had the big football match. Yeah.
But in the Scotia Bar where we met the Glaswegians, or the guy called Glasgow, Glasgow.
Yeah.
It wasn't Glasgow, it was Glasgow.
Yeah, that was interesting. And then we also met that German and English couple.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure
they
weren't
a couple.
They were traveling on business.
Yeah.
And they were really interesting.
They were very cool.
We talked to them for a long time. Chris loved that evening because he loves, meeting the locals. Well, we all do. But that was one thing he had kind of requested was to go to a pub and meet some, people.
Meet some people. And so we hung out and drank some beer. And we were there. We were trying to get in some live music, but that was the wrong night to do it.
Yeah.
But we met some live people, and that was even more interesting.
And had some good beer. And it was just down from our hotel. And I recommend going there.
Yeah.
It was a great one.
It's a
really
great
good
bar
pub.
to hang out in.
Really dark timbers, that kind of old pub.
And not pretentious.
No, not at all.
At all.
Not at all.
It was obvious that some locals came in and hang out there all the time.
We also had some really good food. Now, before we go into that, we had a bit of a Sunday roast mishap.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell you about it. Sometimes we don't name the bad things, but we don't want you to do it. There is a bar called Bar 91, which I'm sure is a great bar.
And that was the one where they had the beer that was almost sold out.
Yeah.
So it was obvious people were
And it's kind of a sports bar. So I'm sure that if you're looking for drink and sports, it's a great place. But we were looking for a Sunday roast. They were advertising it. Sheila really wanted to have one, so we popped in there, and it was overpriced and just okay.
Yeah.
So go there for sports and drink. Don't have the Sunday roast.
Not so much. No.
Yeah.
I think we even have a club sandwich and it was average.
That's right. We didn't get the roast.
No.
It was just average.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had some really good Vietnamese and Thai, though.
Yeah. Rosa's Thai. We went there twice.
We did because it was
it was so good.
It was so good.
Yeah. Or maybe we only ate there once. I can't remember, but whatever it was. By this point, we're not wanting traditional Scottish or English food. We want some foreign food with some flavor and something a little bit different, a little bit more
spicy.
Spicy.
Had some vegetables in it, not just potatoes.
And they had great restaurants in Glasgow because Rosa's Thai was really good.
Yes.
We went to the Vietnamese called the Four Seasons, I believe is what it's called. That was amazing.
It was so good.
Highly recommend that one.
I'd like to eat there tonight.
Yeah. Vietnamese food is not easy to find in our little village.
No, it's not.
It doesn't exist here in our little village, but yeah.
But I would highly recommend both of those places, and you'll link them.
They're on the blog already.
Oh, they are. Okay, good.
Because I didn't waste time with that.
They are very good.
And I had some tapas one afternoon at a cute little Italian place when I was walking on my mural walk.
On your own?
Yep, before I met you up at Rosa's. And I want to say there's one other place that we ate, but it apparently wasn't good enough that it stands out.
What was the coffee place that Sheila and Chris really liked?
Black Sheep Coffee.
Oh, yeah, the Black Sheep Coffee. And it was good coffee.
That was good coffee, and they had good breakfast things in
It's
there.
a chain.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to call it the Starbucks of Glasgow, but it's not that corporate. But they had good coffee. They had good stuff to eat.
They had this grilled cheese with tomato thing on it.
Oh, yeah, that was really good. That was really good. So, good food to be found. And then we did one thing while we were staying in Glasgow where we did the reverse of what we did a year ago, which is we went from Glasgow to Strathaven.
We did.
We wanted to introduce Chris and Sheila to not only our favorite town, Strathaven, in Scotland, but also to our wonderful, wonderful friends there who are mostly in the same family, but not all of them. Hey, Margaret. They kind of consider her part of the family, I think. But anyway, so we went and Liz picked us up when we got there. She said, got off the bus and she goes, what she call it? A magical mystery tour. And she had found out that there were coos.
They're Highland coos.
Highland coos in Strathaven. And so she took us out to the field. We got to see them. Sheila was in just utter bliss. So we got to do that. Then we went back to one of our favorite places, which is the farm shop, which we talk a lot about in the other episode and what that's like. And we had ice cream at Latham Farm. And then we went to our favorite pub in Strathaven called the Drum Clog. And then we had dinner with Lil and Liz and Margaret. And it was just
at the waterside.
Yeah, at the waterside. I couldn't remember.
That was really good.
And it was just a lovely, but
that little tiny day
half
trip.
A day. Yeah, half a day in Strathaven. And Sheila, I love it there. Shelley loves it there. But we've spent time there and we know where things are and know all the pubs. And we love the family that lives there that we're close to and all of that. I'm not sure I expected Sheila and Chris to immediately just fall in love with it. They were taking pictures of the green and, doing different things. And Sheila said, I really want more village time and less city time. And
she should have come to the Cotswolds with us.
Yeah. That wasn't the way this portion of the trip was structured.
No.
But it is an interesting comment. And I also think that would fit Chris really well. So next time we take a trip with them.
Yeah. I would say that
more village time.
Most people, when they go on these trips, you're doing the major things because you're only going to be there for a week or 10 days or maybe 2 weeks at the most. And so you're hitting all the major highlights.
Yep.
For example, and we'll talk about this in a next episode, we go on a Highland adventure, on one of these days. or we're gone all day to the Highlands. But rarely do people go off and visit the small little villages like Strathaven, like Dunblane, or even Stirling, those little things. And sometimes you can take day trips, you can get them through Get Your Guide and Invite, or where they take you in and you get to sit, maybe have lunch there. But to go and spend real time there and meet some people, that's the best part of it all.
It is.
And we're lucky enough that we have been here long enough that we know people, and they now are like, yes, come stay with us and explore our village and learn, we're that lucky. But I would highly recommend that if you're doing a trip like this, find out where the small villages are around. See what kind of public transportation you can take in. And
because
just go
it is possible
out.
on public transportation.
We go to Strathaven on the public bus.
Yeah.
Now, it's got a limited schedule because it's set up for people that are commuting from Strathaven to Glasgow for work.
Right.
But, at the same time, we can go, we can hang out, we can, visit the drum clog, we can get back on the bus if we need to. But it's really worth it because you're going to see real Scotland, real places instead of, the bigger cities, which, don't get me wrong, we love bigger cities.
Well, I mean, they're
great.
great.
Bored if we're in the village too long.
Shelley does.
I do.
But, yeah, a mixture is the best.
A mixture is the best.
To just really see what it's really like, It's like we were talking about Edinburgh. At least the tourist part is a lot like Disney World or Disneyland. And I love getting out of those areas and seeing the smaller villages.
And go see the other parts.
Yeah. So, anything else to add to this, Shelley?
Let's see. I think we've talked about everything. Let me check my notes.
Yeah. Yeah. Next, we have our Highland tour coming up.
I wanted to make that a different podcast, and it'll probably be a rather short one because it is a day trip.
But it was so incredible.
It's a totally different part of Scotland and something that so many tourists do. And I kind of want to compare and contrast it to the trip like my friend Julie took, where they actually drove through the Highlands and they went to different places versus, us doing this 12-hour trip. And so I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different with that. But because, we could talk about it, but, we're already at 40 minutes into this one. So.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Okay.
We've had 2 gin and tonics. It's time to go. Okay. So I think that we can say, Boa.
No.
Because
I want to tell you to subscribe.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Check out our website.
I'm just the on-screen talent. Ignore me.
Girl, I need my PR manager.
I know.
So, hit that subscribe button, please. If you like what we're doing, if you have any suggestions, please leave us a comment, And what else? I lost my train of thought. That's
share.
That's the gin and tonic. Share. That's gin and tonic talk.
Now that you can see me and we're on camera. You lose your train of thought.
I do, because you're just so pretty.
Because that's it. Oh, please. Anyway, I think now
I should say, boa tarde.
Thanks for wandering with us. If you had a laugh, learned something new, or just enjoyed the ride, be sure to follow us on all of our social media at Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, YouTube, and I think that's it. Check out our website at www.forus, that's www.forus.com, and drop us a line at our email address at wandering@www.forus.com. We'd love to hear from you, your stories, questions, or favorite travel fails. Until next time, keep exploring, keep laughing, and remember, wandering works for us, and it just might work for you too.